Assalamualaikum sir, my name is Masum Billah, ID 201355577, section C, and welcome to my presentation. My research topic is research, and this is the research title: Research and Implementation of Security Vulnerability Detection in Application System of Web Static Source Code Analysis based on Java. And this research year 2020, and here is the author's name of this research paper, and this is the DOI. Now, research gap. Their vulnerabilities have not been fastly reported after manual verification. This is also consistent with the high confidence level of vulnerability detection result proposed in this paper. Although the confidence level is not reduced, the concept of confidence is in practical use. It still has practical significance. Tests were performed using the bugs, find bugs, PMD, and vulnerability detection system respectively, which is figure 4 summarizes the test results. Then problem statement. Increasing number of web applications, the code size of software has increased dramatically, which makes it more and more difficult for traditional manual testing to analyze the security vulnerability in the system, and efficiency of manual testing is not high. Simple manual testing has not been able to keep up with the speed of software development. Then research objective. Web applications are widely used all walks of life, and their security requirements are increasing. Unfortunately, at present, the development of web security technology still lags behind the development of web application technology itself. The web application itself and its operating environment are still relatively fragile, and its operating environment is easily forgotten or modified, making web application gradually become malicious. Research contribution. This paper investigates and analyzes the common vulnerability in web application, deeply study the basic characteristics of these vulnerabilities, and understand the principle and the solution of vulnerabilities. The static analysis method is used to analyze the vulnerability, and the static analysis method are used to solve the secured vulnerabilities in Java web project. Now, this is the diagram and flowchart of this research paper theme. Items to be tested, then view layer, logical control layer, code detection layer, and stored in the database. Now, summary of methodology. Here methodology is used, the analysis of source code and detection vulnerability, and this is completed step by step. View layer, logical layer, and code detection layer. First of all, view layer. The main task of this layer is to provide an interview interface for inspector. The function implemented included submitting the items to be tested and viewing the project analysis test. Here JSP plus CSS is used to implement the specific function. Logical control layer. The advantage of this is that it can separate the logic from the business. For the system of business is code detection. The detection includes multiple methods and pre-processing states and subsequent report analysis stages. The logical relationship between these stages is controlled by this layer when the underlying code scanning and report analysis and other code occur. When changing, it is not necessary to modify the code of the logic layer. This is also application of MVC. This layer corresponds to the control layer of Spring MVC. Then 3 code detection layer. Here this layer is focused this system. The code detection layer is composed of a task trigger, code reprocessing module, and analysis module of 4 different processes. This layer corresponds to Spring MVC, which is the service layer, mainly business. The implementation details of logic. The task trigger is an intermediate control module between the logic control and the code analysis module. Now, parameters for result. This is the parameter for results. Source resource are not disclosed, empty pointer, CRLF vulnerability, XSS vulnerability, and SQL injection. Then summarize the result analysis. This is the bullet point. This paper mainly solves this software security vulnerability from the perspective of static analysis. The main research content is to solve the security vulnerability in the current web system by using a comprehensive analysis method. The performance of the system is verified by a series of tests. The effectiveness of the system in reducing the rate of leak detection is verified by comparing the system with other test systems. Then significance of the paper. Cause here vulnerability detection based on object code involves many aspects such as compiler, instruction system, and executable file format. It can be divided into white box analysis, black box analysis, and gray box analysis. White box analysis is a method to control the input of a program and observing the output without reverse engineering the target program itself. It can aggregate some context sensitive and meaningful code, reduce its complexity, and finally analyze the function module to determine whether this is vulnerability. However, the process of black box analysis requires the analysis to have a high level of technology, otherwise it is difficult to find exploitable vulnerabilities in short period of time. The combination of white box analysis and black box analysis is gray box analysis. This method can reduce the difficulty compared with white box analysis, and the relative black box analysis can improve the analysis hit rate and analysis quality. Then last of all, limitation of the research. Java-based web static source code analysis and vulnerability detection system perfectly, but others website is not most of the person successful. Secure SQL injection vulnerability attack. The static analysis method is used to analyze the vulnerability, and static analysis method are used to solve the secure vulnerability in Java web project. This vulnerability includes some security vulnerabilities such as SQL injection and XSS vulnerability. These are also vulnerabilities that affect system stability such as reduced shutdown and buffer. The effectiveness of the system is reducing. The rate of leak detection is verified by comparing the system with other test system. So yes, thank you sir, this is my presentation. Thank you. And thank you sir, my name is Masum Billah, ID 2013557 section C. Thank you sir, this is my presentation. Assalamu alaikum.